Feeding the broilers, it has to be fed day and night to see that you sell them off at 4 weeks. Let me remind you, you are on Farm News Desk with me, Louis Galeisa Bachibinga. Our intention, our role and broad objective is to see that that mindset can be transformed, that you should be knowing the source of these chicks in case of any challenge and complaint when they are answerable. Farm News Desk. Today we are going to look at the broilers. Let me remind you, we have 7 types of chicken breeds. We have the local one, you may call native or kienyeji. We have the layers, but layers, it is an English word. Layer, it is a female hen or chicken. That's a layer. Then broiler, you termed them as for meat, and I ask myself, are the locals for beans or for ground nuts? Nobody knows. Broilers, the white one, short term. The term bro, it is a short term, not exceeding 3 to 4 months. But layers, longer term. That's where our research went far. Layers, longer term, exceeding 1 year. Then broilers, they crossed they crossed broiler and layers to get broilers. Then sasso. Sasso, its origin France, but nowadays are coming from Turkey. Then we have rainbow. Rainbow are very tiny, small. They start laying at 3 months. But the disadvantage I get from people, that they are very small. Do we need their weight or we need the eggs? I left that. Then we have what we call the Sussex. Sussex are all white but have a belt here black. But we are going to talk about broiler breed. We have 4 types or breeds of broiler, or 5. I'm going to talk about only 4. 1, it is a Cob breed. There is Cob 500, there is Cob 700. That's the first breed. There is Cob Sasso. Cob Sasso, these are what you normally call Kenny Bro, the brown broilers. That's the Sasso, Cob Sasso. Then we have Ross, it is ROSS. They are white but have a spot whenever you see that. Then we have Hubbard. They only grow tall. Now, if you are to go into broilers, be selective. Broilers don't exceed, if you rear broilers and it exceeds 5 weeks, don't sell it at 6 weeks. Sell it at 2 months. Its consumption from 1 day old to 5 weeks doesn't exceed 2 kilograms of feeds. They eat day and night. The Cob 500 and Cob 700, they grow and they become shorter with a very big breast here. That's how we can identify them. Then the Cob Sasso, these are the broilers which are brown, which normally Ugandans call Kenny Bro. Kenny, the word Kenny means Kenya. Then Bro, broilers, they are brown in color. Kenny Bro, it is almost like a Cob 500, the same size, the same weight, and the feeds consumption remains the same. What you need for day 1 to 7 days, feed them using the what we call pre-starter pellets for only 1 week. Then the following week, start mixing. Using pellets are a bit expensive unless when you learn how to make your own pellets. And I promise you, the next episode we come here expected to teach you how to make your own pellets from the local feeds you have. This is Farm News Desk. Why do we call Farm News Desk? This is where you acquire the knowledge, you acquire the skill, you acquire the information and the technical support. Our broad objective is not to entertain but to train, because we would desire to see that whoever goes in poultry industry, you don't need to lose even one. But there is one challenge. When you go to buy these chicks, 1 day old chicks, 95% of the breeders, they mix these chicks. You can witness now. You buy 100, you find that at 4 weeks, only 50 are ready for sale. You find that 30 of them are stunted. Then the 20, they die in the due course in the brooder. What causes this? Those ones which remain stunted, these are the hatched eggs of the parent stock which need to be disposed of, which we may call the expired. The 50 ones which grow at your expected pace, these are the layers between 6 months and 1 year. They grow at the pace you expect them to be grown. Then the ones which they die in the brooder are hatched from the eggs which are premature. The eggs laid by the chicks which are under 6 months. So my viewers and our people, our same people in the industry, don't hatch the eggs which are laid by the hens which are under 6 months. These chicks are going to die and people will lose confidence in you, because if somebody buys 100 and get a loss of 20, that's a very big loss. And even this one, the eggs laid for the parent which needs to be disposed of, don't hatch them. These chicks, when laid or hatched, they remain stunted, because for the broilers have to be sold between 4 weeks and 6 weeks, 1.5 months. Beyond that, have to be sold at 2 months when it is weighing 2.5 kgs. Feeding the broilers, it has to be fed day and night to see that you sell them off at 4 weeks. Let me remind you, you are on Farm News Desk with me, Ruigaleisa Bachibinga. Our intention, our role and broad objective is to see that that mindset can be transformed, that you should be knowing the source of these chicks in case of any challenge and complaint when they are answerable. 1 day old chick have to be vaccinated against Malex, IB1, Newcastle and Gombolo at day 1. Some people took it as a poem that Newcastle it is vaccinated at 7 days. That's wrong. It is not that every farmer have the capacity and the skill of vaccinating and handling the vaccine. This is why most of the vaccinated chicks die. It is due, 1, to the handling of the vaccine, 2, the storage of the vaccine, and above all, when you are going to vaccinate these chicks, make sure you remove the heat source 3 hours before, because these chemical medicine, they don't need to sense the heat in the room. It takes only 1 second when that vaccine is damaged. You keep on vaccinating when already the vaccine have been damaged. 2, how do we handle the syringe for vaccinating? 3, how do we mix the vaccines for vaccinating? 4, whenever you are going to vaccinate, don't use water from the pump. What am I, the pump? That from the national water, that pumped water, they have that medicine there for cleaning water. Once you use that water from the tap after vaccinating or before vaccinating, the vaccine is not going to work. If you are to vaccinate it today, fetch that water 2 days before, such that that chlorine is dissolved and doesn't even affect our vaccines. I'm Regalisa Bachibinga. As I always told you, for consultation, it is just your airtime. You call me on +256 772 006 944. I repeat, for consultation, I'm on 0772 006 944. Airtel subscribers, you reach me on 0752 48 78 14. Those numbers are on WhatsApp. If you are within Uganda, just come in the city of Kampala, ask where the new taxi park is, ask where Katoke stage is. You will find me there. Once you come, you don't need to pay any coin. But if you desire to pay, it becomes your choice, because we don't pay you to view what we are training. But once you appreciate, we don't refuse the appreciation. I'm Regalisa Bachibinga. In terms of asking any question, please do ask. After here, we are going to handle how to mix the feeds physically, regarding all the ingredients and what we use in mixing and how do we mix. Then after that, we handle the vaccination schedule and program practically, because what I know, the reason why your chicks die is the handling of the vaccine, the storage of the vaccine, and how you vaccinate them. But we are lucky, as I told you before, I'm a deserted medical clinic officer who is a veterinary officer. But through my research, I managed to discover the plant medicine, which we call ethno-veterinary medicine, for vaccinating and treating all diseases in chicken, apart from the inbreeding. All the diseases in rabbits, apart from the inbreeding. All the diseases in livestock, including foot and mouth, and anthrax, using plants. So, as my viewers, let me give you one tip. If you have a problem of toothache, the dental problem, get garlic, get ginger, all are fresh, pound them precisely, get 4 lemons, fresh, extract that lemon, that juice from lemon, mixing the pounded ginger and garlic, then add 1 small ash dust or teaspoon. Get that solution, use that for your problem in toothache. You will never get again any problem regarding dental. For all the teeth which have insects or pests which are burning, the paining gum, use that for brushing for only 3 days. If you don't cure, then you must be having a problem, not with the teeth. I'm Broilers Chibinga. The next time I'm going to give you the tip for ulcers, but for today that was for the dental problem or toothache. We meet in the next episode. I'm Broilers Chibinga. My people from Nairobi, was from Somalia, Afande De Ukatoshabe, I thank you for liking and viewing. Nicholas of Zambia, you are always on Farm News Desk. All my friends, my followers in Zambia, please send me a text message on my WhatsApp. We shall communicate, we shall talk and share everything you need to know regarding chicken, rabbitry and livestock. Even the plant medicine you would desire to use. We no longer use chemical medicine simply because we are fighting against the cause of cancer disease, which is caused by eating the food which is being tested or treated by chemical medicine. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing and liking across the world. Broilers are my names. Bye bye.